the first event will be business banking in the new decade. A little bit about Sebastian, right? So Sebastian's an engineer by trade and an entrepreneur by conviction. He's always worked in this field of information technology, but he really specializes in online sales and marketing. In 2001, he started the company, Solutions Metrics. He's done over 200 plus CRM implementations, and he's trusted by some of the largest Fortune 500 companies with their business. True business leader when it comes to customer experience, no code, and digital transformation. Without further ado, I will kick it to you, Sebastian, to really get started.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Thomas. So I'm really glad I'm here to speak about banking and our recent journey with Creatio on the banking space. We're a proud Creatio partner for more than 3 years now, and we really like the low-code piece of merging with CRM. That's fantastic, and we'll see today what can be done on that sense regarding banking. So you said it, this presentation is not about solution metrics, it's about banking, but we've been around the block for a little more than 10 years. We have offices in Canada, Mexico, and the US. So we have a little more than 60 employees, and we've done multiple implementation. We started doing some smaller implementation, and we also doing full digital transformation project with a series of small projects. So let's start right away about the challenges that banks are currently facing. So first, a lot of front-end versus back-end banking. So that's, they have those, some will have older mainframe systems and older banking system that it's complicated to actually integrate with or get some information or out of, and they really want to have a front-end experience and a customer experience that's great. So there's a lot of challenges on that. The real-time access, so we see lots of batch process in batch access to information that will be updated, and it's more on the lagger side. Digitalization of all the forms in the banking form, so that's also something that it looks very simple when we say that. Say, how come you haven't digitalized all your forms? But it's a challenge, and we see lots of on the consumer side or the business side, having, you know, to fill the forms starting from scratch all the time. Anyway, so lots of complexity and that. There's a lot of siloed information, so insurance, and then some bank will have the insurance side as well, and the financial services part of, and the brokers and different divisions, and you know, they don't have the full 360 degree of their customer, mixed with some regulation as well. That's a challenge, and on the teller side, it's a little complicated. So it's not always fluent on the customer experience, upsell, cross sell, etc. And there's lack of the sales forecasting is a challenge in order to manage. So and some interesting stats. It's and this come from the banking ICT. So in 2018. It was planned to invest 9.7 billion to get better the digital banking capability. So from the front office alone. So we're seeing lots of switching from the investment on the back end to the front end. So that's a digital transformation that's happening right now. And you see, I have some interesting stats as well. We're only, even if we think, you know, in 2021, so soon 2022, we should be advanced in our digital transformation. We're not that much. So we'll see that today. So, and here's the current situation is still today, there's a lot of things happening at the bank branch, and a lot of things happen face to face. We're looking for digital transformation. We're looking for better customer experience. And as you can see, if you want to open an account, in the, you know, in North America, there's still 54% of the time that you'll go to the branch. So we're at some advancement in you see, mobile banking app is used, for example, when you open a checking account, only 12% of the time. So we're still at the beginning of this transformation. And I think everyone on this call can see the benefit of having digital interaction supported with great customer experience. Because a challenge as well, or the current situation is some of the consumer feels the bank, they have a transactional relationship. They don't have an engagement with the bank. You process my transaction, I deposit my money, I get it out, you open me an account. So they want to transform this relationship into a real engagement. So that's why we're seeing our emotional engagement varies by customer segment. So my banks walls me only 42% of the time, from traditionalists. So for sure, you have the digital adventurer that will be more likely to appreciate the bank, but it's not that advanced. So the current situation is, I wouldn't say we're at the infancy, but while we speak about the crawl, walk, run approach, so we just got up. We're start to walk into banking digital transformation at this current stage. And what we're looking to do, the solution is we want to eliminate organizational manual process as well. So there's lots of things that happen on manually still in the bank that needs to be digitalized, part of the digital transformation. We want to transform, I said it, right? The solution, the transactional, the experience need to be transformed from transactional to really relational. So I do, even if I'm going through digital channel, I feel I have a relationship with my bank. They're not just processing my transaction. So that's really, really, really key. And that's the solution that Creatio enables, is with the approach of low code, we can build a roadmap to easily achieve those objectives. So gain the full visibility on the customer journey, improve satisfaction, customer onboarding as well, retention, full customer journey. So that's things that banks needs to do those days, and are doing in some way. But again, I think we're start to walk on that piece. And again, benefit of low code is for me, there's code into low code, and I like to remove the word code, because what it does is, through rapid configuration of the platform, you can achieve quicker the overarching goals of building that relationship with the customer. Meaning that instead of going into a long, and I'm an engineer by training, right, Thomas? That's how you present me. That's true. I've done those big projects of 2-3 years, and it's a long ROI. What I like about the low code is we're still gonna do a transformation over some period of time, but we will deliver in so much faster pace. That's very important. And when we speak about customer journey and things that does impact like this is how you get the benefit. So and honestly, things like data security, real-time problem resolution, authentication, that seems simple, but it's not. E-signature, online banking advisor, that's a trend we're seeing now. And especially with COVID, right? We're hopefully coming out of this pandemic. We accelerated a lot of things that will have taken many years to happen. But in the online banking advisors, that's something we're seeing, and a trend that will only embrace and support the digital transformation, the form population, etc. So, and there's things though, and that's the stats on the right. Bank of America currently receive more deposit from the mobile than they do from its branches. So there's some places that the consumer and the business had accepted that this is the best way to do it. So, and during COVID, that's something that accelerated. So we're like I said, we're walking, we can go faster. The consumer are ready for it. So, and now with on the low code side for the FinServe industry. So unified. So what we've done with Creatio, and those are example of what we've done, right? It's a unified process automation. That's very simple. It looks simple, but sometimes it's not. Working with really complex like workflow and loan origination and stuff like this. Once it's fully automated, what it allows is it support a better customer experience by having the operation people working with either the teller or the broker or the advisor that speaks with your customer. They are one team. There's no much that thing at I sent it to the home office or I sent it um, to the head office and then I'm waiting for a response. That transparency enables the fact that you can give real time information to your customer. Automated workflow as well to reduce the manual process, AI powered. So, and an example for sales forecasting and customer insight is we in marketing we used to create our own segment, right? So this is the personas, this is the segment. So here's how we should approach the campaign and the different audiences. Now it transformed. You let the AI give you or propose you the audiences for your upsell, cross-sell. So you really have that micro audiences, and then you're using Creatio to have really a personalized experience. So that's an example of AI-powered local platform. An holistic view of the customer, digitalization, integration with back office. That's also, as easy as a phrase could look. Some of you on the banking side can say it's complex, but the local platforms serve to have simpler integration and opens the way to multiple approach to integration as well. And the keys to success that we experience with our customer, we have a top-down vision and an implementation that comes from bottom up. So where engagement with the top management into the digital transformation, Creatio and the platform is really easier in order to create a release plan respecting the date. You can go more agile as well. The key stakeholder are involved in a different sense than they are if it's a pure IT project, because with Creatio we're going more into digital transformation, and like I said, it's micro projects that you deliver faster. First, to recover ROI. Second, to better do your change management at the organization level. So for sure, we like to consult on best practices on our banking industry, and also we have the methodology to do so. So I know it's going fast. I only have 20 minutes. I have 4 minutes left. So we're still at the beginning. So that's something that everyone if there's one thing you need to remember from this 20 minutes is we're still at the beginning. Only 69% of adults on this planet do have a bank account. There's 1.7 billion adults that remain unbanked today. What this means? And we've seen it, where I'm following the banking very closely. In Kenya, for example, they opened a new bank and they came up with the latest technology, because if you're opening a bank today in 2021, soon 2022, you don't have those legacy systems that you have to convert, integrate. You're coming with new technology at the get-go. So there's lots of competition that will be happening. There's a lot of regulation around bank, but we're seeing those opening. So all to say that we're at the beginning and the race is not complete. We're just at the beginning. And there's only globally 515 million accounts that have been opened through a mobile service. So out of all the accounts we have on this planet. So we're at the beginning. And it's funny because when you're looking on the developing economy versus the high income economies, they tend to do more digital stuff as they are enrolling into a higher economy or developing their economy. So even, and we're sometimes falsely tend to believe that a growing economy or developing economy are behind in terms of technology. They're not. Well, and I could go for hours here, but all to say that that those services that comes from the developing economies are latest technology. They embrace the latest technology, challenging the other higher economy. I'm personally in Canada right now, and lots of our bank have challenges in integrating their banking system with the front end. It's really complex. Billions of dollars are invested, while other new banks are coming with the latest technology and they don't have those problems or those challenges. So there's something happening when you're looking globally on the banking side. So they're the new countries and the new developing economies are having great customer experience and great technologies of the get-go.
Yeah.
So I did it in 20 minutes. I'm good.
So I really enjoyed your presentation, Sebastian. I didn't want to interrupt you. I think you're really spot on with your assessment, right? So I read a survey recently, Chase, that 80% of individuals prefer digital banking, right? That mobile aspect. One thing that I have a lot of conversations around with banking individuals now, like you mentioned, is how do we capture those micro moments throughout every piece of the customer journey? And more importantly, like you mentioned, how do we make sure that we're leveraging the data to make and present that relevant offer? And they're starting to see now, Sebastian, higher conversions based on those offers, right? Overall, at the end of the day, I think it's just a complete better customer experience. And I think as an organization, although COVID has been an awful situation, it's opened the eyes to say, hey, how do we get faster? How do we get better? How do we get more efficient? But more importantly, how do we serve our customer base? And I think it's been, that was a great presentation. So thank you. I truly enjoyed it.
Perfect.
Yes, sir.
Thank you so much, Thomas. Thank you.